All right, guys, God bless you. Let's get right into it. Everything's stacking up. There's so much data to give you guys. It's crazy. Have you guys seen the Blue Origin? You know, the big penis that shot up in the sky for an 11, what was it, 11-minute out of the atmosphere? 11. Y'all know what 11 is in the Bible, right? Place of destruction. Now, if you watch the video, it's almost stupid obvious that they weren't in that thing. Now I haven't watched all the videos, but I saw one where it looks like they're at 0G. You're not going to go to 0G with 6 girls in your little pod and then all of a sudden everyone's going to know, hey, we better get our seatbelts on because when we do our reentry, we're going to be stuck to the roof. I mean, it's just not adding up. The camera never stayed with the pod all the way down to where the door opened and they got out. It's not believable. So you want to see something really crazy? Watch Katy Perry right now and what she says. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you these other guys that have channels, by the way, which I like. There's JMez and then Minutes of Horror. Those channels are pretty good. Y'all should go check them out, subscribe. But anyway, I want to show you a little clip from both those channels because they're saying the same thing. They're going, what's going on? Like out in the world, we're seeing all this weird stuff, but it doesn't make any sense. Have you noticed that? There's all this stuff that's coming out in like new commercials and none of it makes any sense unless you have been converted. If you've been converted, it's not even obvious. It's stupid obvious. That's how obvious it is. It's like, okay, like Apocalypse Now. The unveiling is now. You know what? Speaking of Apocalypse Now, let me show you. Watch this image. Okay, there's the cover for Apocalypse Now. Look at what you're looking at. Okay, right side up, upside down, 2 different faces. Good and evil, different directions. Same thing, and it's apocalypse, which means the unveiling. Apocalypse Now. You get it? Anyway, but let's go watch how crazy this is getting. Watch what Katy Perry says. Ready? Okay, here we go.
And then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure. And you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong, divine feminine right now.
That strong what?
Strong, divine feminine. So I feel really connected to that strong, divine feminine. Strong, divine feminine right now.
Okay, and remember, they went up in a rocket in the shape of a penis with all female energy in the penis. In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them, but it's female energy. That's why they're in this rocket that's in the shape of a freaking penis. Now listen, I'm just going to show you how obvious and stupid this is. If you just go to Google Images, let me just show you a couple of the headlines about the rocket, what the world obviously can see now. All right, so let me just show you some stuff about Blue Origin. Okay, Jeff Bezos' rocket resembles a penis. Jeff Bezos teased over phallic. So see, and look at all these things. Blue Origin, it's, look, a $69 miniature dick rock. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Look, twins. Look at this. Look right here, guys. Just look right here. Look at what you're looking at. Space with a 6'9", 69. A 6 and a 9 are reversals of each other, like up and down. Look at this. Look right here. Jeff Bezos' penis rocket costs 69. Okay, now we're getting into the spiritual aspect of what's going on. This is looking beyond the veil. This is what's happening. So now I don't have a veil in front of me. I can see society as it is. I can see things rolling out as they truly are. If you're converted, you should be able to see it too. If you're not converted, make your plea to the Lord God to convert you, turn you up, both eyes one in Christ, and then you'll be able to see, make your confession, ask for forgiveness. Okay, you ready? Y'all want to see what's crazy? Watch this. Okay, y'all can go look at it yourself. These are all things about the The rocket being a penis. That's what all this stuff is right here. All these images. Okay. Well, when I say all, obviously most of them. So let's make sure we have everything in this video. So let's watch a short little video of the Blue Origin for anyone that may not know what it is. For those of y'all that know, just bear with it. We're just going to watch a short little video.
Blue Origin space crew with celebrities including Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, and Gayle King has been hilariously mocked.
By the way, guys, listen, I'm going to start it over. By the way, in the folders, every one of their names is significant. They were chosen, I think, by their names for what their names mean. All their names are in the folder, and if I don't get sidetracked, I'll try and read you their names. But there's a ton of data to give you today. Just insane. Okay, ready? Here we go. Here they are again. Sorry.
An all-female Blue Origin space crew with celebrities including Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, and Gayle King has been hilariously mocked after it returned to Earth following an 11-minute trip into the Earth's atmosphere. Katy Perry jumped out of the aircraft and kissed the ground in a painfully cringe moment that has been roasted online.
Katie!
Woo! This commentator said, "Cool story. She got to ride in a rocket with other women. Did any of them actually pilot it? No. Basically, this was a glorified carnival ride." The pop star then dug herself into a deeper hole of cringe with her post-flight interview.
It is the highest high, and it is surrender to the unknown, trust, and this whole journey is not just about going to space. It's the training, it's the team, it's the whole thing. I couldn't recommend this experience more. This is like up there with all the, different tools that I've learned in my life, from meditation to the Hoffman process. This is up there because what you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself, because you got to trust in yourself on this journey, and then you're feeling the love when you come down, for sure, and you're feeling that strength. So I feel really connected to that strong divine feminine right now.
By the way, you're such a badass. I love that the month of April, you're like, I'm going to space and I'm launching my tour.
Commentator Megyn Kelly was in hysterics over the space flight, struggling to contain herself over the training aspect of the mission.
It's my team to poll, what did they do during their 2 days? Okay, here they are. Their tasks, they spent the past 2 days at facilities for Blue Origin going over preparations, according to Blue Origin's Ariane Cornell. Their tasks included practicing how to get into and out of the New Shepard capsule. You go in, and then you go out. Oh, once again, ladies. Okay. The group also practiced how to put on and take off their seatbelts.
And it wasn't just Katy Perry who was mocked. The entire crew was ridiculed as footage of the women squealing from inside the capsule emerged.
Got it? 1, 2, 3, taking up space! Tamir's in space! It's okay. Leave Lynn up there.
Okay, so yeah, anyway, y'all get the point. But I want y'all to take a look at their patches right here, and then I want you to realize what she said. The name of the rocket was Shepherd, the New Shepard, but it wasn't spelled like a shepherd that shepherds sheep. It was more S-H-E, she-bird, not shepherd, she-bird. Yeah, it's the way they spelled it was directly, obviously different, but to include feminine. So a feminine penis. Remember this guy, Jonathan Kleck, told you that in Genesis 1, in the image of Elohim created he him, male and female. So male and female are a puppet show with him in it. In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them. So in the image of Elohim created he himself, male and female created he them, the host body system, but he is in them, male and female, but it's female energy that starts that parthenogenic host body system. Genesis 1. Genesis 2. And the Lord God breathed into Adam the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Then you have two different directions against each other breeding in Genesis 3. Then in Genesis 4, you have the manifestation of those two different directions breeding with each other in Genesis 3 as a result of twins, Cain and Abel. Manifestation of the two different things breeding, Cain and Abel, female energy, just like that penis that went up with all the women, female energy breeding with male energy, and they are blue from the pit, blue origin, just like scorpions from the pit, blue blood, blue origin, female energy. You get it? It's very obvious now. And now, but if you're one of these other, channels and you don't understand what's going on, you don't know that this is all biblical, then you would be looking at this and going like, what the hell is going on? What is their thing? So let me play this for you so you can see that's a common theme that's going on now. People don't understand what's being put in front of them in public because you're not looking at it as the end of the world and female energy is taking over the host body system. If you look at it that way, everything will make sense. The whole world will make sense. It's like some other entity is taking over the hearts and the minds of all the people because they're still connected. Well, as that entity rises, just like the Pope opening those doors to the prison, to the Rabibi prison, representing opening the pit. As that energy rises, and the word for rise in the Bible is Allah, like they worship Allah, the one that's rising up out of the pit to take those sheeple down. As Allah rises, he manifests what he is and what he does. Therefore, a penis flies up out of the atmosphere for 11 minutes. 11 is Abaddon, place of destruction. And then these women come down in a penis, the head of a penis, and then allegedly they took the flight. I don't believe for 1 minute they took the flight. They land, and then Katy Perry comes out and makes this just cornball speech about, the journey in divine feminine. Stop, just stop. Okay, then I'm going to show you their patches. Now, some people out there in, YouTube land think that, that's Baphomet. Au contraire. Now, I see what you're looking at when you're going, it's Baphomet, but it's much bigger than that. It's much bigger than just that little, when you flip it upside down, that silver thing that looks like a bug, that looks like a robotic bug. It's more than Baphomet. So let me show you all what that is. And here we go. Let's get into the whole thing. All right, so here you go. Watch this.
They, and of course when I say they, I'm talking about the so-called powers that be, are working on a narrative and a agenda, because all these stories are starting to not make any sense and are starting to sound the same. And again, they are going to lead to something. So I have been noticing something, and I actually made a post about this yesterday on the conspiracy side of Reddit, that there are some very strange news stories lately involving the number 6. Now, if you're not aware, and I already made a couple videos on this topic, there will be 6 women supposedly going to space. These 6 women include Katy Perry, Gayle King, and Jeff Bezos' fiancée, Lauren Sanchez. I believe this trip is scheduled for today, this morning, so by the time I upload this video to YouTube, this trip will already have been completed. Now, there is nothing bizarre and strange about this story outside of the fact of how Gayle King was acting. She was acting like she did not want to go. She was being forced to go. It seemed like she needed confirmation that everything was going to be okay. To the point that people were coming out and saying it seemed like somebody was putting a gun to her head and forcing her to go, that Oprah may sacrifice her. But like I said in my last video, while this does seem very strange, her reaction, this will be nothing more than a photo op. But going back after the launch had taken place and reading some of the comments, some people are making good points by saying, like this person right here, and not one onboard camera to watch them. This being such a big thing, and they didn't think of putting a camera inside. What a joke. Another person said it's probably fake. This person right here said they had a cabin camera for the Shatner launch, so this is a little fishy. And that is true. You would think there would be a camera inside capturing their reactions. Another person said, how do we know they were even in there?
Okay, I want to make a quick comment, but what about the cabin shot where they're all floating around? it's 0G. So you have a camera for 0G. 6 women undo their seatbelts. Let me tell you some guys. I don't know if any of y'all have ever been in an airplane, maybe even a commercial one that you hit 0G for a second. I've been in airplanes where we drop on purpose and we're floating in the airplane with our rigs on, our parachutes, and we'll be floating in the airplane. Well, if that corrects, you can slam up on the ceiling and break your neck. It's easy to do. So to tell me that 6 women are in a capsule at 0G taking off their seatbelts, I'm a skydiving instructor. I'm like, there's no freaking way. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So y'all are all going to go hit 0G. Everyone's going to take off their seatbelts and float around. And remember, they were all floating around. Oh, yeah. No. And then who's going to be timing your reentry and all that? And is everybody seated? And you're going to run the risk of snapping people's necks and people hitting the. That makes 0 sense whatsoever. There's no safety involved in that, that's for sure. So skydiving instructors are safety instructors, and there's zero. It's just stupid. So to say that that was them and they're floating around at 0G and there was a camera, but where's any of the other camera footage, like landing or any other thing or the way down, because it was all staged. And it was to make a point. Blue Origin is the point. New female shepherd is the point. Blue Origin, the pit. Blue Origin, a penis from the pit, comes up, parthenogenesis, starts a host body system, male and female, puts X energy in it, even though it's got a penis, just like Blue Origin, it impregnates Eve. That's the Blue Origin. Do you get it? Impregnates Eve, and that represents the entry of the 2 different races commingled up and down, commingled together. Oh, the flesh. Thou wast in Eden in the garden of God. Thou walkest up and down amidst the stones of fire, Lucifer. Okay, I'm going to show it all to you in this video. Y'all are going to freak out now. We've got all the data. Now just watch. Watch what happens. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's finish
their reactions. Another person said, how do we know they were even in there? And this one last comment says, by the way, if we see no video of them in the cabin and then during splashdown, it didn't happen. Just such a very weird story. What was the true purpose behind this? Who knows what they're really truly doing? But like I said, the only
okay, so here's my point for showing you this whole thing. Nobody even knows what they're really doing. I do. I can show you what they're doing. It's Satan claiming he's touched down. He's in control, like the Birmingham Games. Y'all remember the Birmingham Games? Where it says, and the beast has been unleashed, and in a parallel act of emancipation, the beast has been unleashed, and the women in a parallel act of emancipation, a parallel act of setting free, emancipation, the beast has been set free. That's what they said in the Birmingham Games. And then Prince Charles went around the track in a Jaguar, and on the license plate, the letters on the license plate, just applying the language of angels that the Lord showed me, it says, I am in control of the earth and its inhabitants, Abaddon. Same as this freaking wiener in the sky. Okay, you know what? Let me just show it to you real quick. So for any of y'all that want to go look at the entire folder, the name of the folder is Special Projects 2. It has begun, and then there's links. It's the summoning. 72 nations publicly worship satanic idols. And then that's, and here we go. Commonwealth Games, Beast, Bull, and Star Shards. Baal worship in your face at the Commonwealth Games. And if you go through this folder and you look at this stuff, it literally should completely blow your mind. But let me show you a clip. Prince Charles made a loop around the track during the release of the beast from the pit with the women. Again, remember, what's the common denominator between that and the Blue Origin? Women have unleashed the beast in a parallel act of emancipation, which means setting free. So at the Birmingham Games, they made a big to-do about the beast, a big bull, being let out of, like being set free out of the pit, the abyss, by the women, which is what the whole earth has been. The female energy has taken the stars, the angelic beings, and used them to transmute them to energy from the pit to come up out of the pit. That's what the whole system's about. And it's visible now. It's very easy to see. Okay, look, EBY 776J. Okay, so EBY 776J. Okay, so let me show you what that means. E is 5, B is 2, and then 25. It means I begin, I am ready, or I am at hand. To be, I begin, I exist, I am in possession. I am in possession. That's EBY. And then the next part is 776 in the Bible is the earth and the land and the people. I am in possession of Eretz, the earth, the land, territories. I am in possession of the earth and its inhabitants. 10, Abaddon, or destruction. There it is, Abaddon, right there. Okay, so you can't make this stuff up. It's impossible. There it is, right there, EBY 776J. Okay, now, he's also in a blue Jaguar. Blue is the color that represents this race of beings. Blue bloods. Scorpions have blue blood. Blue. Blue origin. New shepherd. Shepherd. It's spelled differently. Now watch. Let's go back. So the new shepherd of the earth is divine feminine from the pit. Twin female taking over, coming up from the pit, just like Mut, making the mother goddess system. There it is, forming the serpent. There, watch, it'll turn into the serpent, right? Here it comes. The two turn into the serpent. There it is, serpent. And now that represents the crosses of Christ, because you have male and female energy trapped within the system. Now remember this. Let's tie all this back to, I'm going to tie it to Obama again, because his logo is the rising sun, and it says the Imam Mahdi and the rising sun from the west. So the hidden Imam will come to pass when the sun rises from the place of its setting. And then it says, praise to Allah who has split the seed and created man. Who has split the seed and created man. So let's look. The ultimate book of optical illusions. There's a split seed, male and female. So I put a red star on this foot, a blue star on this foot. There's the split seed, and it says, praise be to Allah who split the seed and created man. Now let's look at a split seed right here in the coin from Cameroon, Lucifer. Split seed, there's the male in red, up male, and then the blue part, just like this blue, see the blue triangle facing down, the transmutation device. The whole body is this transmutation device. It's kind of reminds me of that movie where they had like the Tesseract or whatever it was. Anyway, but here is the red angelic being, which is up male. The blue demonic being represented by this blue down triangle. Divine feminine is this blue down triangle right there, down. Okay, who runs that system? Lucifer runs that system. We know that because in the Bible it tells us that you are, here it is, let's see, thou wast in Eden, the garden of God, thou walkest up and down amidst the stones of fire. There it is. Thou hast been in Eden. This is Ezekiel 28. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth. That means with flesh. You're the cherub that covers everything with flesh. And I have set thee so. Thou wast upon the holy mountain of God. Thou hast walked up and down in the midst. And in the midst, the center of us, the stones of fire. We are the stones of fire that got split. Thou walked up and down amidst the stones of fire. Ready? Here it is. There it is. Lucifer, up and down, male and female. There it is. Here's the crosses at Calvary. Now I've split them. Obviously, on the left side is the demon, so I put the blue demon over here. And on the right side is the angelic, to the right hand of the Father, angelic, left hand demonic. This is what binds them together if you take the free gift of God, which is Jesus, or it's Barabbas, which is you. This whole thing represents one of God's angels every time. This is one of God's angels, Barabbas, son of the Father. If you don't get converted from your male and female energy within you, you go to the pit. If you take Jesus for the payment, then you are reconciled back to the Father through the cross, making one new man from the two. Now you know why he was crucified at Golgotha, the place of the skull. Now let me show you this. This is pretty let me do it like this. You see Golgotha, so the crosses were up here, but they called it the place of the skull. Just picture one eye going up and one eye going down, and Christ in the center fixing it. I mean, it's everything I've told you and then some, because it never fails. It's always right. Watch. Here's the thing for the Freemasons. The square and compass. Here it is. So just think of Golgotha right here, the place of the skull. You have one cross, like Jesmus and Desmus. So you have the one blue and the one red, and then the one in the middle is you. So you have to be converted out of that system. And the only way to get out of that system is you take Jesus for a spiritual rebirth. So when you let Jesus be on that cross, then you have been purchased again out of the flesh, which is the blue. So see the blue demon? There you go. Blue origin, guys. Blue origin. Everybody wake up to what they're trying to tell you. So a lot of people don't understand, like, what is this all about? Blue origin. I mean, here it is. The new shepherd. That's not the way you spell shepherd. Shepherd, heavy. Look at this. Welcome to the club. Look at this. I mean, really? Blue origin. And it looks like, I'm just going to be blunt. What's with the black on this? It looks like, a manifestation of ejaculation with black semen is what it looks like. Let's just be honest. Why is it there? Why'd you put that on there? I mean, it's just absurd. So now you know, but that would be right though. If it was a penis with black, like dark light, that's them. That is the enemy. And they manifest themselves just like when everybody was standing in line to get that shot. Remember that thing that everybody went to get? So everybody's got their reflection in the line to go get it. And that is no different than what? Apocalypse Now. What's the difference? There's no difference. It's the same thing. Anyway, and so now let's look at the patch though. Oh my goodness. Let's look at their divine feminine patch. Okay, you ready? NS31. NS. NS is 1419 in the Bible. So 1419 is great, large, important, mighty, older, insolent, meaning to grow or to become great. It's used to denote greatness in terms of physical size, rank, and spiritual stature. It also attributes to encompass moral and spiritual dimensions. There it is, guys. Look at what you're looking at. Meaning to become great and insolent, taking over spiritual dimensions. There it is. Look. Encompassing spiritual dimensions. What encompassing spiritual dimensions do you think that is? Evil coming up from the pit, taking over the host body system, taking out all the good within humanity. I've been telling you, and now they have manifested it. When Katy Perry got out and kissed the ground, I was like, there it is. That's them. That's the pit saying, we've landed, we're on, we're taking over. Even the number on their patch bears witness to everything I've said. The number on the patch, NS to take over a spiritual dimension, to become great, large, important, mighty, to grow and to become great and to take over a spiritual dimension. There it is. That's you can't argue with that. Okay, here it is. So I had a little glitch. Hopefully it's a-okay. Now look at the patch, guys. You see 1, 2, 3 faces. Okay, see how the one that's the shadow is locked in between the two other? Like the twin female system has come to the end of the hendecagram. Okay, now check it out. The names, I'll go over the names maybe later. They're at the bottom of the folder. It's insane. It's impossible. Okay, but NS31, now look at this craft. It doesn't really look like the craft that left, but let's turn it upside down because Satan turns everything upside down. Woe unto them who go to great depths to hide their plans from the Lord. They carry out their schemes in secret and think no one will see them or know what they are doing. They turn everything upside down. Okay, well, let's do this real quick. NS. Okay, oh, here we go. In the video, I'm going to show you a clip. They say they're going 2,004 miles an hour on reentry. I give command, I order, I charge, meaning to arrange or to order things like as one wants them. Okay, whether or not it's positions of authority, commands whether to people, nature, or spiritual entities. Look right there, spiritual entities. To command spiritual entities. To command spiritual entities. And that's based on the reentry speed, and I made a screenshot of it. So they made sure that they put this in the video, 2,400 miles per hour and 140 feet, 40,000 feet descending. 2,400 in the Bible, 2,400 in the Bible means I am in charge of spiritual entities. And it's the blue origin. The blue origin. That's why people that are, guys, that's why people that are watching videos are like, I don't get it. What is this all about? It's biblical, guys. It's the other team from the pit saying, we're landed. We're here. We're taking over. Just like the Commonwealth Games, and the beast has been unleashed. And in a parallel act of emancipation, the women have set themselves free. The energy from the pit, the woman, female energy, that destroyed male energy in the system and sent it all to the pit. For a locust army. There it is. Here it is. Now, watch this. Now, remember 140? What is it? My Lord has arisen. My Master has arisen. Look, read it for yourself. My Lord or Master has arisen. Okay, do you know how crazy that is? Yes, the Allah, the word Allah means to arise, to rise. Who's their God? The God of the abyss has arisen. Blue origin. I don't know how else to say it. Blue origin. 6 women into the hendecagram coming together. Sun rising. Obama's logo. Apollyon rising. Joe's logo. Apollyon fully risen. Blue origin. Landing. Penis. Women get out. We're the originals. Adidas. Get it? We're the originals. The host body system. God, the God of the host body system, Elohim, not El, the Almighty God. Now all hell's about to break loose, guys. Absolutely. Look at this. No one could make this up. Now, I just showed you. That was on their thing at the miles per hour and the number of feet. Okay, now, so let me just give you the obviousness of it all. There's the twin female Mut coming up from the pit, forming the serpent, the host body system. Okay, here it is. Dude, male and female created he, him. In the image of Elohim created he, him, male and female. So you start the system, she self-fertilizes, just like the Vatican's a snake and Audience Hall's a snake. Let's see. There it is over on the wall. Vatican's a snake, Audience hall is a snake representing what you just saw, parthenogenesis. You get a bunch of females, they self-fertilize, it's a reptilian thing, and then males are born and they start having sex with the mother and the daughters. That's an ancient Babylonian religion. Then at the end of the Bible, it says, Babylon has fallen. She has become the cage of every unclean spirit. I mean, hello, every unclean spirit? Yeah, every demonic spirit. Babylon is gonna become the cage for all those spirits coming up out of the pit. I told you. This is it. We're there. It's here. It's arriving. So she comes up out of the pit, turns into the serpent, and it's going to also make a pink bow. The top of the serpent's head, they made sure it looked like a pink bow because there's this thing they stabbed in everybody to tie everybody together. Tie everybody together with what? The right side up, upside down thing. Now, y'all, let's see, watch this. Y'all see that that's a girl upside down? Yes, there she is. See the female? There's her lips, there's her eyes. Okay, but what is it? There's what it is. Blue origin. There it is. Okay, just look at that. Blue origin. Do you get it? Okay, yes. Now, let me show you guys some crazy stuff. Ready? We're gonna do like associations. Do y'all see the red face here? Y'all see the red face here? It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz right here, red face. Right over here, I put it as a green face. I colored it green. And then you see the flames coming off going to this? Well, all I've done is expose the evil one. So watch this. I'm just going to click on this. And I'm just going to expose the evil one. So you see right here, there's the face, there's the eye, the nose, the mouth. And then here it is, just a little more, just so you guys can see it. There you go. See, it's very obvious to me. Lord gave me a very unique gift. But I want to also show you what's on the Vatican. You remember this on the Vatican? Okay, that's like the papal regalia, but it's the male version. And it's kind of like a guy wearing a cape. See it? That's exactly what it is. Now, watch this. That's exactly what this is right here. This is the same as that. Well, this is the same thing. It's just colored differently. But they're the same. Now, watch this. Now, this one's a little, there's a couple nuances to perceiving this one. But let me see if I can make it easier for you. I want you to look right here at the eye. Look, here's an eye and here's an eye. I want you to look here and here. Here and here. Okay, now I'm going to shrink it down. It's the same thing wearing a cape. Now, this is the bottom like of the chin. Like, it's like a robotic being, like AI takeover. So there's the eye and there's the eye. There's the bottom of the chin. This is all a head and it's wearing a cape. This is the same as this. It's the same exact thing. It's the same as this is the same as this right here. It's no different. But it's fascinating because it's also a wolf. You see the wolf? There's the eye. There's the eye. Here's the snoot. There's where the mouth would be right here. There's the ears of the wolf. You see the wolf? It's absolutely a wolf. And it's absolutely this creature that's identical to this and the Vatican. Well, what's this one right here? Let me show you what that one is right there. Let me find Baphomet inverted. Hang on one second. It should be right. Okay, so what is the, this image of Satan right here? It's Baphomet inverted, so it's the same thing. There's Baphomet, the hendecagram. Inverted is, you want to see the evil one? There's the evil one right there, wearing the cape. It's always the same thing. No different than the Vatican. No different than it's guy wearing a cape. No different. I've seen it on images of the Virgin as well. I just don't have them with me. That's how I'm able to recognize it, because I've seen it many times. There is the image. It's the same thing. And what that is Baphomet inverted. Let me show you a very interesting patch. You see this wolf? It's a wolf on half the face, but half the face is like a reptilian. You see over here, it's a wolf and a reptilian kind of behind the wolf face. Now remember, the whole thing that we're dealing with is this: the serpent race. The twin female comes up from the pit and starts the serpent race. Then here's a manifestation of it. There's the Vatican, the serpent race. It becomes a big serpent wearing a crown, and it's birthing Audience Hall. So now we have the common denominator all over the place. Now, what about Megan the Stallion? Remember? Blue Origins. Now remember Blue Origins, guys. So look, what is it? Oh, a serpent, and it takes out the guy. So here's the guy. She walks behind the thing, behind the rice paper wall, and her shadow is a serpent destroying the male energy. There it is. There's the guy. He came into the whorehouse, and that you got it. Okay. Same thing over and over and over again. I'll show you one more clip. Megan the Stallion. Megan the Stallion, isn't a stallion supposed to be a male for breeding horses? So see, it's a male disguised as female. That's the whole thing. Blue Origin is a penis, but it's female in the penis. That's what I've been telling you. Right here, I've shown it to you over and over again. Blue Origin represents the abyss starting the host body system. Female energy, for them to go up for 11 minutes and to touch back down and make a big ceremony of it, do you know what they're saying? They're saying, this is our turf now. I will arise above the princes of El. I will breed worms above the princes of El. The locust army, they got the prince of El, the Almighty God, in the host body. They destroyed it, sent him down to the pit. He gets converted to a locust race, and that energy is pouring out throughout the host body system now, and they are taking over. All the sleeves are going to belong to them. Why? Just look at what you're looking at right here. So here's Megan the Stallion. Every guy that's walking through her little domain, look, a serpent comes out and pulls him in. Watch. See, the serpent pulls him in. The serpent. Where have we seen that before? Let's see. Where have I seen the serpent before? Let's see. The Vatican, Ozzy Osbourne, the hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti, and just about everywhere else in my folders. It's all about the serpent and eating its own tail. Now, here's the wolf. Ready for the wolf? Okay, here is... Let's see, I want to make sure I get you the right one. So, watch this. I'll take this wolf patch right here, and I'll go right here on top of it. You see the wolf? There's the eye of the wolf. There's the eye of the wolf. There's the ear of the wolf. There's the ear of the wolf. I'll just enlarge it. Okay, so here's the ear. Here's the other ear of the wolf. There's the eye of the wolf. There's the eye of the wolf coming down the snoot of the wolf to the end of the nose. Right here. And it's been an isotoxal star at the end over and over and over, because it means you're becoming your evil other self. That's what isotoxal is. It's edge transitive, and it basically means you're becoming your own mirror reflection. You're reflecting what you are. So anyway, there's the wolf, and there's my Lord has arisen. Now let's talk about Blue Origin. Blue Origin again and again and again. Watch. Okay. If you look at the three crosses at Calvary, look at this. You have the angel on one side, you have the demon on the other, you got male and female, and in the center, you have to have the Spirit of the living God, male from heaven, come into the system and repurchase you for the deeds you did in the flesh with her. Okay. We reflect light, they take light. Now stop and think about that. Once we get converted, you reflect the light that's in you. They, the other team, the double downers, all they do is take light. It's like that little wind blade that I showed you in the time machine that goes around in a circle where one side has light and the other side has dark, and it's a windmill. One side absorbs, one side reflects. It's the same. It's the same as the system. We reflect the light, they take the light. Ready? Do y'all see the big hand sitting there? Do you see a hand? Does it look like a hand? coming up from the pit. Yeah. You know what that is? I was I saw a thumbnail come up and it said Taylor Swift Drops of Jupiter. And I was like, that's not her song. That's another group. I used to listen to that song. And I thought, wow, that's weird. Why would Taylor Swift be singing Drops of Jupiter? Then she went and sat down next to a blue tree. A blue tree coming out of the ground, and it looks like a witch's hand coming up out of the ground, and Taylor Swift sits right in front of it. And if they hadn't changed the angle, it would have looked like a big dead tree coming up from the ground. Think about that. A dead tree coming up from the ground with the limbs painted blue. There's no leaves on it, but dead limbs, and they're painted blue. Why? Blue origin. So Taylor Swift sits down in front of a big blue dead tree and starts singing Drops of Jupiter. Then the camera changes and look what it is. It's like the hand of a witch. See it? That's done with intent. So she's sitting there in front of a dead tree that looks like it's coming up out of the ground. Now, what's this? Scorpion. What's blue blood? Scorpions from the pit. Let's talk about the guy that blew up stuff at the Tesla dealership in I think it was New Mexico. This guy right here. He is part of a group that's called 500 Queer Scientists. That's what his group is. Blue origin. Why do you think he's wearing blue lipstick? Do you think it's normal for a male to wear blue lipstick? I don't. So he's wearing blue lipstick. Blue origin. Blue origin. Blue origin. Blue origin. Twin female. Blue origin setting down. The patch on all the women looks exactly like, hang on one sec, exactly like a wolf, because it is a wolf, and it looks just like that robotic version of Satan wearing a cape. There it is. That's what it is. This is the eye. This is the eye. He's got the cape on. It's the same thing as the Vatican. See, who would ever be able to match that to the Vatican? Who would be able to match that to an image of the hendecagram when you turn it upside down? It's all the same thing. It's the same as all these sheep everywhere. Look. Over there on the wall, there's a sheep right there that's the head of a kid. That's in the head of a kid from a hieroglyph. There's a dead sheep on top of my head over there that some guy drew. There's another dead sheep behind my ear that some other guy drew. Do you see what I'm saying? I can see their plans. I see what they're doing. There's a dead sheep in the coils of a serpent up there, downtown Grand Junction. It's a girl hugging a guy. Blue origin is squeezing out the sheep. That's what's going on. And now it's easy because, 2004 miles an hour? Is that what it was? What was that number? My Lord has arisen. 140, one of them, my Lord has arisen, and I am in control of the spiritual beings. Blue origin? I don't even know what else to say. It says, oh my God. So that means that the host body system, no matter what, you've been having, if you're in the flesh, you're having like sex with a male entity that's disguised as male and female host bodies. Did y'all ever see Pet Detective? Y'all want a little laugh? Pet Detective put it in Pet Detective. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel. Y'all, let's just have a little laugh because this is all so serious. I think we could use a little levity right now because it's so insane. What we're looking at is so absolutely insane because it's all the Bible. If you guys go look at the folder right here before this Ouroboros, here's the names of all the people. Okay, you know what? I'll just read it. Perry means traveler, like Katy Perry, traveler. Bo means victorious. Flynn means son of the red, ruddy ones, like son of Adam. Son of the red or ruddy one, Flynn. Son of Adam. Sancho So Sanchez means son of Sancho, holy, and Nguyen means spring or fountain. Those are the meaning, and then king, tribal leader. Those are the names of the people in the capsule? No, no way. Not with everything I've shown you. That is a manifestation of that team showing that they are taking over. It's a supernatural being taking over from the inside. There it is. Okay, now, okay, let me just regroup. Let's have a laugh for a minute. Now, it just fits the occasion because it's so crazy. You know how they refer to Jesus as a unicorn? Unicorn. In this clip from Pet Detective, there's Finkel and Einhorn are the same person. Ray Finkel was a kicker that missed a field goal in a Miami's Dolphin game, I think. And then he disappeared, but he turned himself into the woman that you're about to see, which is Einhorn, Detective Einhorn, I guess. And so he's trying to figure out how is Einhorn and Finkel connected. And here's two very funny scenes. Now think about this. Genesis 1, in the image of Elohim created he him. So that's male entity. Who's that male entity? Elohim. Thou wast in the midst of Elohim. Thou walkest up and down in the garden of God. Lucifer. Thou walkest up and down in the midst of the stones of fire, which is us. Thou wast in Eden, the garden of God. Lucifer, Ezekiel 28. No doubt about it. Now watch this. You want to laugh?
Congratulations. You've done some fine detective work. Ace.
I'm sorry, could you speak into my good ear? I thought I heard you call me Ace.
Maybe I was wrong about you. Maybe you are more than just a pet dick.
Your gun is digging into my hip.
What's wrong, Ace? Want me to read you your rights?
Maybe later.
So that was just a little thing you probably needed to know, that he had had an encounter with the head detective, and she is really a he. And here he is trying to figure out what's going on. Watch. Then he figures it out. It's like me figuring it out.
What the hell does Lois Einhorn have to do with Ray Finkel? Come on, think!
So he says, what the hell does Lois Einhorn have to do with Ray Finkel? You know what Finkel means? To twinkle like a star. Finkel means to twinkle like a star. Unbelievable. Watch.
What the hell does Lois Einhorn have to do with Ray Finkel? Come on, think!
Finkel and Einhorn in it together. How? Why? All right, here we go. Answer's right there. Just gotta get some blood to the brain. Finkel and Einhorn. 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 Finkel. Einhorn. Finkel. Finkel.
Einhorn and Finkel. Finkel and Einhorn. Quitter. What do you want? Huh?
I don't have any food for you. I have to have money to buy food. I have to have a dolphin to get the money. I don't see a dolphin around here. Do you? Let's face it, your master is a loser. Yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
That's it. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. Oh my God! Einhorn is a man.
Dude, you get it? In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he and them. Einhorn is Finkel. Yes, that's what we've been doing. That's the no-no. Yeah. You understand now? Anyway, Blue Origin. Blue Origin, yeah. I keep seeing these blue, spectacular blue Jaguar around the track. And the beast has been set loose. That's what they said. The beast has been set free. And in a parallel act of emancipation, setting free, the women have freed themselves from the pit, female energy. By consuming the male energy, Allah, to arise out of the pit, Allah, that's their God that created the host body system. That's who they worship. And they come from the inside to destroy it. That's why the Twin Towers have been made into the One World Freedom Tower, because they're coming to the end of their cycle. The earth is cyclical. Yes. And so it's like a whole breathing organism. And so then they're rising up out of the pit, taking over the sleeves, the host bodies, and then take over the hearts and the minds of the population. And unless you turned back with your whole heart and ask for forgiveness, then you're done, because all that gets destroyed now. Now, do you understand? Blue Origin, total nonsense. That was Satan saying, I'm set down, I'm here. Just like Alicia Keys singing Obama's on fire. He's got both feet on the ground and he's burning it down. The end of the world's coming. Okay, guys, I love you in Christ. I don't know how to say it any other way except the end of the world's here, right? You know it. Do you know it? I mean, I hope you're not thinking, oh, it could be 10 years from now. If you're thinking like that, or you're thinking it's going to be years from now, your mindset's not in the right place. You got to be knowing that it could happen any moment. The Bible says it will come as a snare. A snare is a trap that all of a sudden you're upside down. Isn't it crazy? It shall come as a snare. The trap that they set for you has become their own. What kind of trap did they set for us? A snare. We got inverted. That's the kind of trap they set for us. What kind of trap are they going to get caught in? A snare. It shall come as a snare, and none shall escape. So if you haven't been made whole and right, you're part of the snare system, and you'll be caught in it. All right. Let's go. Okay. Virtual hug from Johnny. I'll get my bear over here. Also, go to the Jay Kleck channel. I'll put a link here, and go check out Zach's channel. Zach did a super cool video using like a Matrix theme, and I really want to talk about his video in the next video, because the way he set it up, the very end of his video, is a perfect setup for you're going to have to turn and face your enemy. You are, and your enemy is you. It's the other half of you. You have to turn and face it. Otherwise, it's going to face you no matter what. Do you understand? Either you turn and face your enemy now, which is your own evil half, turn the world upside down and deal with it, or you're going to face it no matter what, because that's what's coming. There's no way out. You're either in or you're not in. You either have crossed over or you haven't. It's that simple. There's double downers. There's those that are savable. And then there's those of us that have been saved and sealed into the day of redemption. That's it. I love you guys. Okay, guys, the folder has so much stuff, and there's a lot of clips in here. that I think if you'll go to the folder and just have a look, you'll see just how perfect it is. All the information that the Lord has given us. I mean, it makes sense out of everything. Her padenda goes down to hell. Her feet take hold on hell. The word feet literally means her vagina goes down to hell. Proverbs 5:5, her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. By implication, a step, by euphemism, the padenda. Her padenda goes down to hell. In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them. This is his eating machine that was established in the beginning. Do you understand? Host body system, no. All right, I love you guys.